Finally today, October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and that's why the Nebraska Farm Bureau has joined forces with the FBI to help empower farmers and ranchers against potential and emerging data security threats. As cybersecurity threats increase, so does the risk to your operations and financial stability. Market Journal's Bill Dodd sat down with Nebraska Farm Bureau President Mark McHarg to discuss this new partnership and ways that you as ag producers can tighten down on digital security.
You're probably familiar with the phrase food security is national security. The Nebraska Farm Bureau and the Federal Bureau of Investigation would definitely agree with that sentiment. Back in 2021, there were a string of cyber attacks that affected multiple ag entities, including meat processor JBS, which ended up paying a staggering $11 million due to a ransomware hack. Stories like this are being shared as part of Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and a reason why Nebraska Farm Bureau and the FBI are raising awareness for cybersecurity on the farm and ranch.
You know, a couple years ago, we were looking at policy to develop at Nebraska Farm Bureau around cybersecurity. We were just concerned that we were hearing a number of co-ops being breached in a number of different businesses, and really within the ag sector there was very little conversation. And so about that same time, the FBI was having a similar conversation, and we got connected and we said, hey, we need to highlight this topic and really do something. So a year ago, we had our first conference together with the FBI, and we just found out that we have a lot of bad actors around the country wanting our data. First of all, we are the best in the world in agriculture. And then you look at both production-wise and you look at the genetics that we have, that our companies have developed, are really state-of-the-art genetics, years ahead of other countries. And so we have a lot of really good data that people around the world want to collect or disrupt agriculture. And when you disrupt agriculture, you disrupt the food system, and then that does become a national security issue.
As technology continues to evolve, so does the type and amount of data we have access to. However, nowadays we have near instant access to field data, which may be uploaded directly to a cloud or some type of other online storage. This instantaneous field data could be information other competing nations and manufacturers would want to gain access to.
As technology has come around, we just slowly have begun collecting more and more data. And so now we're collecting data on, you think about the weather data we collect. You think about planting, both planting conditions, the speed of planting, what the crops look like throughout the year, harvest conditions. And I'd say one of the reasons that they would want to collect that data is just to know information about, is the crop good or bad in the United States? What areas of the United States do we need to be watching? And if they can get that information straight from our monitors in our cab or from the cloud or some of those types of things, that's part of the reason people want that data. And it's just evolved. And so a lot of times farmers were just driving in the tractor. We don't realize that a lot of our tractors are directly connected, or equipment directly connected to the cloud, feeding data. And we just haven't thought about the fact that we need to actually secure this.
Just taking care of the day-to-day labor around the farm and ranch can be challenging enough as it is. Something like cybersecurity may be somewhat of an afterthought. However, as technology continues to evolve, cybersecurity will be more and more demanding for agricultural operations. If cybersecurity has been on your mind recently, but you don't know where to start, there are several different ways producers can begin addressing their own cybersecurity needs.
Well, you know, it's not something that we really want to think about. I mean, farmers and ranchers are really good at just getting out there and planting the corn and harvesting and raising the livestock. And to think about cybersecurity along with that, a lot of times people kind of roll their eyes, but it really is important. You know, these get pretty technical, but third-party authentication, essentially having, many times if you want to log into an app now, you have to maybe get a text that you have to respond to. That's kind of a third party. Having an air gap is pretty important. So when you download all that information from your monitor on your combine or your tractor, put it on a hard drive that is actually disconnected at the end of the day, so they can't go in and capture that data. Those are a couple things that the FBI talks consistently about, that easy things that you can do.
Ag industry firms are increasingly aware of the potential threat posed by cybercriminals. As technology continues to evolve and the amount of data we're able to harvest grows, the ways we protect that data must continue to grow and evolve as well. Reporting for Market Journal, I'm Bill Dodd.